She adopted the saddest dog in the shelter, but what it was hiding changed her life. The beagle had the saddest eyes Nina had ever seen. Not scared eyes, not angry eyes, just heartbreakingly, devastatingly sad. Nina stood outside the kennel of the shelter. The brown beagle sat motionless in the corner, staring at nothing. "How long has she been here?" Nina asked. The shelter volunteer sighed heavily. 6 months. Nobody wants her." "Why not? She is beautiful. Watch what happens when I open the door." The volunteer unlocked the kennel. The beagle did not move, did not react, just sat there with those unbearably sad eyes. "Come here, girl. Come say hello." Nothing, no tail wag, no interest, nothing. The volunteer stepped inside carefully, reached toward the beagle. The dog moved so fast, scrambled backward, pressed herself into the corner. Her whole body went rigid. She will not let anyone touch her. Ever. Nina watched the beagle's face. That expression was haunting, like a dog who had lost everything. Has anyone tried to pet her? Everyone has tried. Staff, volunteers, trainers, behaviorists. She refuses all contact. Does she bite? No, she just runs, hides, makes herself as small as possible. The volunteer backed out of the kennel. The beagle stayed frozen. That sad expression never changed. What is her name? We call her Bella, but we have no idea what her real name is. Where did she come from? Animal control found him. Wandering Highway 52, middle of winter, nearly frozen to death. Nina knelt down outside the kennel bars. The dog looked at her briefly, then looked away. Those eyes held such deep sadness, such profound loss. "I will take her." The volunteer stared. "Are you sure?" "She is not going to be a normal dog. She does not play, does not cuddle. She just exists. Then I will help her learn to live again." The paperwork took an hour. The beagle never moved from her corner. When they brought her out, 2 staff members had to corner her carefully. She did not fight, did not snap, just tried desperately to avoid their hands. Her fear was awful to witness. They finally got her into a carrier. The beagle curled into the smallest ball possible. That sad expression never changed. Nina drove home slowly. She could see the dog through the carrier door, just sitting there, staring at nothing. "You are safe now. I promise you are safe." No response, not even a glance. At home, Nina opened the carrier door. The beagle did not come out. "It is okay. Take your time." Nina went to the kitchen, made coffee, checked her phone, gave the dog space. An hour later, the beagle finally emerged. She immediately found a corner behind the couch, made herself invisible. "Good girl. You are so brave." The beagle did not acknowledge her, just sat there with that heartbreaking sadness. Nina tried everything. Soft voices, treats, toys. Nothing worked. The beagle would not engage, would not interact, would not let Nina within 5 feet. That first night, Nina barely slept. She kept checking on the beagle. The dog never moved, never slept, just sat there staring. "What happened to you? What broke your heart so badly?" The beagle did not even blink. Days passed. The beagle ate only when Nina was not home, drank only when nobody watched. She never played, never explored, just moved from corner to corner, hiding, existing. Nina tried slowly approaching. The beagle would retreat immediately, always maintaining distance. "I am not going to hurt you. Please believe me." But the dog did not believe, could not believe. That sadness never lifted. 2 weeks in, Nina called the vet. "She is not improving. She is not living. She is just surviving. Bring her in." "Let me examine her." Getting the beagle into the carrier was traumatic. She resisted desperately, not aggressively, just terrified. At the clinic, Dr. Green examined her gently. The beagle shook the entire time. Physically, she is declining. Underweight, stressed, but no medical issues. Then what is wrong with her? Severe trauma. Possibly PTSD. She experienced something devastating. Can you help her? We can try medication, anti-anxiety drugs, antidepressants. But honestly, she needs to feel safe, patience, consistency, and maybe answers. Answers? About her past, about what happened to her. Understanding the trauma helps heal it. Dr. Green ran the microchip scanner, routine procedure, not expecting results. But something beeped. Wait, she has a chip. Nina leaned forward. The shelter said they scanned her. Found nothing. This is an older chip. Different frequency. Let me pull up the information. Dr. Green typed on her computer. Her expression changed. Oh. Oh no. What is it? Before we continue with what Dr. Green discovered, don't forget to like and subscribe. It really helps the channel grow. The truth about this dog will break your heart. Dr. Green turned her screen slowly. Nina read the registration details. Owner, Margaret Hayes. Registered 8 years ago. Status, deceased. Deceased? When did she die? Dr. Green clicked through more information. 2 years ago. But there is a note here. From Animal Control? She read aloud. Dog recovered from house fire. Owner died in hospital 3 weeks later. Dog placed with family member. Nina felt cold spreading through her chest. A house fire? Yes, the address is listed. Nina knew that address. Everyone in town knew that address. The Hayes fire had been major news 2 years ago. Elderly woman nearly died. Her dog woke her up, saved her life. Dr. Green kept reading. According to this, the dog's name is Lucy, not Bella. Lucy, Nina whispered. The beagle's ears twitched slightly. First reaction to anything. Dr. Green pulled up the news articles. Nina read them with growing horror. 2 years ago. Middle of the night. Electrical fire in Margaret Hayes's bedroom. Smoke detectors had failed. Margaret was asleep. She would have died. But Lucy woke her up, barked frantically, pulled at her blankets, would not stop. Margaret woke up, got out just in time. The bedroom collapsed minutes later. Paramedics found Lucy sitting on the lawn, waiting, watching the house burn. Margaret spent 3 weeks in the hospital. Smoke inhalation, burns, trauma. Lucy stayed with Margaret's daughter during recovery. But Margaret never recovered. Her heart gave out. She died in the hospital. And Lucy? The article said she was being cared for by family. But that was a lie. Someone abandoned her, Nina said. Someone dumped her on that highway. Dr. Green nodded grimly. And she has been suffering ever since. Nina looked at Lucy in the examination room, still sitting perfectly still, still impossibly sad. She saved Margaret's life. And then Margaret died anyway. Yes, she did everything right, and still lost her person. That is why she is so sad. She thinks she failed. Dr. Green pulled up Margaret's obituary. Survived by daughter Rachel Hayes. Son Michael Hayes. Can you give me their contact information? I cannot legally do that, but the obituary lists Margaret's address. You could try there. Nina took Lucy home. The beagle returned to her corner immediately. That sad expression never changed. But Nina noticed something. When she said Lucy, the dog's ears moved, just slightly. You remember your real name? Do you not? Lucy looked at her briefly. Those eyes held such pain. Nina spent the evening researching. She found Rachel Hayes on social media. Sent a careful message. Hi, Rachel. I adopted a beagle 6 months ago. She has a microchip registered to your mother, Margaret. Is this Lucy?" No response that night. Nina went to bed worried. Morning came. Still no response. Nina checked on Lucy. The dog had not moved from her corner. "Come on, sweet girl. Eat something, please." Lucy ignored the food bowl, just stared at the wall. Nina's phone buzzed. A message from Rachel Hayes. "Yes, that is Lucy. Where did you find her?" Nina called immediately. Rachel answered on the first ring. "Is Lucy okay? Is she hurt?" "She is physically fine. But Rachel, she is not okay. She is severely depressed." Silence. Long, painful silence. "I know," Rachel finally said. "I know she is suffering. What happened? Why was she abandoned on a highway?" Rachel started crying. "It was not supposed to happen like that. It was not supposed to happen at all. Tell me, please. I need to understand." Rachel's story came out between sobs. After Margaret died, Rachel took Lucy, promised to care for her. But Rachel's husband was allergic, severely allergic. They tried for 6 months, but his allergies got worse. He could not breathe, could not sleep. We tried everything. "So you rehomed her?" "I tried. I posted everywhere, but nobody wanted a traumatized dog. A dog who would not let anyone touch her." "So you dumped her?" "My husband did. I did not know. I thought he was taking her to a shelter, but he just drove her out to the highway, left her there." Nina felt rage building. "You abandoned the dog who saved your mother's life." I know it was wrong. I've been looking for her for 6 months. She was at shelter the whole time." "What?" I called every shelter in the county. Nobody had her, because they registered her as a stray. As Bella, not Lucy. Rachel sobbed harder. "I am so sorry, so sorry." Nina's voice shook with emotion. "She saved your mother's life, did everything right, and then watched her die anyway. Then got abandoned by the only family she had left on a highway in a snowstorm. She has been depressed for 2 years, grieving, suffering, and nobody helped her." Rachel was crying too hard to speak. "What do I do? How do I help her?" Rachel's voice was hollow. "I do not know. I tried everything. She just kept getting sadder. Can you send me photos, videos, anything from before the fire?" Yes, I have so many. Mom documented everything. Rachel sent dozens of files. Nina opened them one by one, played a video. Margaret's voice filled the room. "Come here, Lucy girl. Time for dinner." Lucy's head snapped up. First real reaction in days. She stared at the laptop, at Margaret's face on the screen. "Good girl. Such a good girl." Lucy stood up, walked toward the laptop slowly, stared at the screen intently. Margaret laughed in the video. Lucy's tail moved slightly, just a tiny wag. "You remember her. You remember your mom." Nina played more videos. Lucy watched every single one, transfixed. That night, something changed. Lucy slept near the laptop, not in her hiding spot. Nina spent the next week playing Margaret's videos constantly. Lucy watched every single one. She started eating more. Not much, but more than before. She started moving around the apartment, exploring, sniffing. She still would not let Nina touch her, but she stopped hiding constantly. Progress. We are making progress. One evening, Nina sat on the floor, not approaching, just sitting. "I know you are sad. I know you miss her. That is okay." Lucy watched her carefully. "But Margaret would not want you suffering like this. She would want you happy." Lucy tilted her head. Nina's voice cracked. "It was not your fault she died. You did everything right." Lucy took one step forward, just one, then another step. "But she would want you to live. Really live, not just exist." Lucy was now just 3 feet away, closer than she had ever been. Nina held out her hand, palm up, not reaching, just offering. Lucy stared at the hand. Fear flickered across her face. I will not grab you. I promise. You are in control. Lucy looked at Nina's face, at her hand, at laptop. Then she took one more step, leaned forward, sniffed Nina's hand. Lucy pressed her nose into Nina's palm, just for a second, then backed away quickly. But it was everything. First voluntary touch in 8 months. Good girl. Such a brave, good girl. Lucy's tail wagged harder. Her face looked different. Less sad, more alive. Over the next month, Lucy transformed slowly. The sadness was still there. Probably always would be. But so was life. So was hope. So was trust. She started letting Nina pet her. Brief touches, gentle strokes. She started playing with toys. You are healing. You are finding your way back. 6 months after adoption, Lucy was different. The sadness had not disappeared, but it had softened. She played regularly, ate normally, slept peacefully. She cuddled with Nina every evening, let visitors pet her, lived like a normal dog. Remember, the saddest dogs often have the most beautiful souls. They just need someone patient enough to see it. Thank you for watching this story. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. It helps me continue to share stories you will love.